Let's go through this one, number 23. It's just, oh, good grief. Look at all this math. That's a lot of math, isn't it? I'm laughing because a friend of mine worked in elementary school, and one kid looked at a big problem like that. And he said, wow, that's a lot of math. And it is. Look at this. It's a bit ridiculous, but we're going to go through it one line at a time. You know, I'm doing those things where they're called supports. The arrows to remind me what I'm doing every single time. And I've worked these for decades and I still draw the arrows. So let's look at the next. Now, I chose to do all the distributive property at the same exact time, and you can. But if you don't want to, you don't have to, of course. So look here, the -3, 3. Look, I put a plus in between them, even though that's a negative sign. So I'm always putting a plus sign when I'm distributing. And look, see that -3 there? There you go. I'm keeping track of my negatives. And then, of course, times the 5. And this is where it can get tricky. So I bring down my -6. Now look, there's a subtract 4. It also means -4, and that throws a lot of people that subtract 4 and -4. They mean the same thing. They really do. Look what I do here. Look at that. I put a plus sign between every single thing. And look, -4. See that negative sign is that negative sign. And this, once again, it helps you keep track of your negative signs and then not do those careless errors of when you multiply integers. And it really highlights that negative. So I know I got to remember that negative. And then over here, look, there's a plus sign. See between the distributive property? I don't care what signs are in there. I don't care at all. I put a plus sign there every time. That -4 comes from there. There's the negative. And then that +3 that's a +3. We just don't write it. So now it's multiply, boom. Don't forget your negative sign. Negative times a positive is a negative. And then look, we bring the -6 down. -4 times x is -4x. So we can get rid of the parentheses now. We can and just say -6x minus 4x and then minus 12 because of that. So now combining like terms, there we go. Look at that. The -10x because there's -10 right there. Or the -10 because of the -6 and -4. And, at this point, you may be able to solve the whole problem in one step. That's fine. Of course, do that. But I'm going to show every step. I'm going to add 10x to both sides. And look here, you could have added 9x to both sides. But I realized that if I add 10x here and I add 10x here, 10x minus 9x is positive 1x. That's why I chose to do that. You could have done the other way around. Doesn't matter. So then we have the one-step equation, and I popped it out. You know what to do. Add 15 to both sides, and we get the answer. So, hey, that one only took 3.5 minutes. So let's do one more.